Hi everyone, welcome to Exploding Stuff with William's son. Today I'll be demonstrating the use of lab equipment. Can you guess what it is? The Thumbwheel Pipette. Let me first give you a brief summary on how the Thumbwheel Pipette was founded. It all started with French chemist and microbiologist Louis Pasteur. He invented the first ever pipette during the 1940s, known as the Pasteur pipette. This pipette has been turning it into the current Thumbwheel pipette, as shown here. Then came Master Warren Gilson, who was born in 1940. He started working in the Utah Regional Primate Research Center as a research technician in 1963. In 1969, he invented the now common Thumbwheel pipette we have today. Now, these pipettes are the most widely used laboratory tools in laboratories for transferring liquids from one container to another, or performing aspirations and dispensing procedures. Today, I will be showing you how to use the Thumbwheel pipette in the laboratory. But before we start, make sure you're 100% safe. You will need to put on your goggles, also your lab coat. And lastly, also make sure that your ID badge is not on your collar, but it's in your pocket. So, last but not least, okay, now we can start our experiment. The materials I'll be using for this mini experiment are the Thumbwheel pipette, the pipette extension, 2 beakers, 150 milliliters filled with water. Let me do that really quickly. Okay, now the 2 beakers are filled with water. Now we can continue. Next, we will also have 2 different colored dyes. In my case, it's a red dye and a blue dye. Okay, our experiment will consist of a few steps. The first step will be assembling the Thumbwheel pipette. After that, I'll drop dye into each of the 2 150 milliliters beakers, and then I'll use the assembled Thumbwheel pipette to suck up 10 milliliters of colored dye water, and then put them each into this small beaker. If necessary, we might do 20 or 30 milliliters. And then lastly, we'll mix it up using our mixing stick. Okay. And then after we use our mixing stick, we'll mix it up, and then we'll be done. We'll be with a perfect purple color. So let's start. How to assemble your Thumbwheel pipette? Thumbwheel pipette, you assemble it by putting like the smaller edge, like somewhat spherical shape, into your Thumbwheel pipette. Maybe twist it a little to make sure. The Thumbwheel pipette is used to carefully measuring exact amounts of water so that you can transfer exact amount of liquids to get our perfect purple color. Next, we'll drop two drops of dye, no more, no less. So then we will get a good, better mixture of color. Okay, I did it for the red. Now it's time for the blue. Make sure that after you drop your dye in, you close the cap to make sure there aren't any spills or messes. And you mix it up. Mixing it up will allow the color to blend in more, so that when we suck it in, it'll have an even better color. Next, we do 20 milliliters for each bottle. Let me see here. The Thumbwheel pipette has a scrolling feature, as I show here. You can scroll like this to get in water, and that to get out water. Or you can just do this to let go all of the water. 10 milliliters will be right here for me, so I'm going to do that for now. Exact same. Or else the color will not be perfect. I will. Okay, now I'll be squirting it out. After you squirt this one, you go to the red. And then you squirt it out again. Wow, we're starting to see our perfect purple color. But to make sure that the purple is even clearer, we'll use our mixing stick to mix up the color. The purple is a perfect purple color, so that will conclude our experiment. Using the Thumbwheel pipette is a pivotal to making sure that our experiment is accurate and makes the perfect purple, not just any average purple color. Overall, I really enjoyed this experiment and looking forward to doing more. of it in the future. And finally, I'd like to give a thank you to all these websites below. You could visit them to gain more information on the Pasteur Pipette or Gilson Wilson. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching the tutorial on how to using the Thumbwheel Pipette with exploding stuff with William's son. Thank you so much.